Hi, everybody. My name is Jennifer Nedrich. I'm a coach on Laura Bazell's team, and I am so excited to be here in the group with you. And I wanted to thank you so much for deciding to spend the week with us and to check out what we do as coaches. So we're honored to have you with us, and I'm super excited for you to be part of this group. So I wanted to share with you some of the common concerns that many people have when they're approached about the coaching business. And I can speak to this. It's near and dear to my heart because of my personal journey with Beachbody. So I'll give you a little bit of backstory. I started my journey with Beachbody as a client in January of 2015. Back then, I was a very busy mom. I still am. I was an entrepreneur with a different company in the direct sales industry. Super busy, volunteered for almost everything. I had lost sight of myself, had gained a bunch of weight in my 30s, and ended up being, 200 pounds, tipping the scale at 200 pounds. I'm 5'2", so that's a lot of weight for me to carry. I was depressed. I had a ton of anxiety. It was affecting my relationships with my family. It was affecting my business. It was affecting everything. It was hard for me to leave my home, hard for me to go outside. I was very embarrassed about myself. At the time, back then, it was hard for me to even buy clothes for myself. I didn't want to admit that I had become the size that I was. And it was just a really bad time in my life. And I feel like that was all of the 30s I had spent. Just my weight kept going up and up and up and up. And it was emotional eating. I was very unhappy with what was going on in my life. We were having financial troubles at home. My son was born and I love him to death. And he's an amazing 10-year-old, but as a baby, he was very difficult, hard to manage, always cried. It brought a lot of anxiety to our home. And it was really hard. So I had turned to food. Food became my best friend. And food and I hung out for about 10 years, and that's how I became so unhealthy. In 2014, November 2014, I knew on Thanksgiving that things had to change. I was in such a brain fog that I couldn't cook my Thanksgiving dinner that I cook every single year. It's a tradition at our house. I cook for my whole entire family. And that year I messed up the whole entire meal because I was just in such a brain fog. I think from all of the sugar that I was eating, I do believe, I didn't see a doctor at the time, but I would wager, I guess, that I was pre-diabetic and had some other health concerns that I was, borderline, probably diabetes and everything else. So I knew then if I didn't make a change in my health that I was going to have to turn myself over to doctors and turn to the doctors' pharmacies and whatnot to help me. And I just didn't want to put that financial burden on my family. I didn't want to go down that route. I wanted to be able to take control of my own life and my own health. So I had met Laura online, and she was amazingly inspirational. I began following her, and that's exactly how we met and how I started to get to know her. And then she offered me a spot in her challenge group. It took me a while to build up some trust with her, but after a few months and after some soul searching and realizing that I needed to make a change, I decided to hop on with her. But it wasn't before I worked through some of the common concerns that I had joining a company like this. I had tried every weight loss gimmick in the past. I had failed at most of them. In fact, I'd failed at all of them. I tried Weight Watchers. I tried Tap and Track. I took diet pills when I was in my 20s. I tried it all, and nothing was working for me. So I really, really wanted to believe in something, but it was really, really hard for me to do that because of all of the gimmicks I had, let myself take part in. So in 2015, I decided, I did some research on the company, on the Shakeology. I followed Laura for a good long time, and I decided that this is something I wanted to try. I felt like it was right for me, that it was going to work for me. So I jumped in as a client. It wasn't long after I jumped on as a client, but Laura asked me if I wanted to be a coach. And I thought, this woman's a little bit kooky, because here I am, I'm 200 pounds, I'm severely depressed, I couldn't believe in myself, I didn't know how to manage myself. How was I supposed to inspire and help other people? So I had so many objections back then to the coaching business. And Laura walked me through and talked me through a bunch of things. And I just want to share with you how I was feeling back then and how I feel now in regards to objections. So I'm going to go ahead and screen share with you. I made a little slide for us. And I hope you can see it. Here it is. See if I can. There we go. Okay. So these are some objections that I had back then. Like I told you, I was really, really busy. I thought, I don't have time to be a coach. That would take up a lot of time, and I just don't have time. I'm super busy. I thought, well, that challenge pack, that seems really expensive, and that Shakeology stuff, that seems really expensive, and I don't think I can afford that. We were on a really tight budget. I had told you that we were having financial problems, and that was part of the depression and everything. So I wasn't sure I could afford it. I was always tired. I was feeling so lethargic and tired. It was hard for me to get out of bed and get off the couch a lot of times. So I didn't think I would have enough energy. And I thought, well, gee, I don't look like a coach. I don't even feel like I look human half the time. So how am I, I looked at all these other coaches, and it all seemed so glamorous. And I thought you had to have a certain body type and a certain image. And I just didn't fit that mold. I was nowhere near a fitness expert. I mean, I had loved fitness back in college, but it had been, how many years since then that I was away from fitness. So I just really felt clueless in regards to anything fitness. I didn't know who I was. How was I going to help others? I was completely lost back then. I thought it was a scam, like I told you, and too good to be true. I had the Thigh Master. I had every single gimmick there was. And I thought, well, this is just another one of those gimmicks out there. I didn't want to be sold to. I'm the type of person, if I'm in a clothing store and the salesperson approaches me and tries to talk to me, I want to hide in the clothing rack. I do not like to be sold to. Going to purchase a car is like, I have so much anxiety over that. I don't like to be sold to at all. So I had a lot of anxiety about being that salesperson who I really, have anxiety about. So that was a concern that I had. And I really didn't want to coach anyone because I wouldn't have even known where to start back then. So Laura inched me into it. I did sign up. And when I signed up back in January, like I said, I had another business I was involved with and pretty successful with. And I initially joined to be a discount coach. And Beachbody and Laura accepted me where I was. There was no pressure beyond pressure for myself to do anything with the business. So I could literally sign on as a coach, get a discount on my Shakeology. It made it more affordable. And then I thought, hey, if a couple of my friends want to jump on board and they buy Shakeology from me, I'll make a couple bucks here and there. Maybe it will help me pay for my monthly Shakeology. And that's where I was when I started back in 2015. And the company totally accepts that, like I said. And the Beachbody and our team in particular, they take you where you are. We want our team members to excel within their own goals. So if you have the goal of coming on and being a top coach, we want to help you get there. If you have a goal of coming on and being a hobby coach and just selling enough to pay for your Shakeology, we want you to get there, and we want to cheer you on and do everything we can to ensure that you achieve that. But if you come on just like I did and you just want a discount on the products because they are amazing and they do work, then we're going to accept you where you are. So through the course of my journey with Beachbody, as I lost 65 pounds. So it took me from, it was 2015, January, all the way to September, October, I had got to my goal weight, which was losing 65 pounds. I got down to 130 pounds, which is where I feel very comfortable. And everything started to change along this journey. I didn't get to 130 pounds and boom, things just changed. I started to change gradually along the way. My confidence started to soar. I started to feel a lot more healthy, more happy, have energy that I never knew existed. Prior to Beachbody, I just thought I was supposed to be a frumpy mom that was tired and stressed out. And I no longer felt tired and stressed out. I felt energetic and full of life and looking forward to life. So I'm a success story with Beachbody, which helped me build a lot of confidence in the company and the mission that we're on. So I learned so much in my journey. And I will tell you, these challenge groups that we talk about, they are amazing. I've been a part of a challenge group since I started in January 2015. Every single month, I jump into a challenge group. And it was last year in January that I decided to start running my own challenge groups as an actual business building coach. So I went from being a client to being a discount coach to being a hobby coach. And then I decided, because I had lost the 65 pounds and I realized how this company and these products can help people change their lives for the better. And I realized that we can give people their lives back. I was so excited to be on that mission that I decided that I wanted to help people and become an actual coach and go for it. So I did do that. I run my own groups now. So through this journey, I kind of discovered that a lot of the objections I had at first were just simply excuses rather than objections, because our brains are hardwired to save us from any heartache or anything that's hard. And so my brain had thrown up so many objections. Well, actually, they're just excuses, so that I didn't have to go for this. But deep down in my heart, I wanted to. So I realized through my journey that I did have time. Where I thought I didn't have time, I was stressed out. I had time. I was scrolling through Facebook aimlessly for hours every day. So there was that time right there. My husband and I would sit on the couch at night, and we had a whole genre of TV programs we'd watch. We had something lined up. We had a whole TV lineup for every night of the week. So I did have time. I just had to reallocate that time. And same thing I found out was about the money in our budget. I didn't think that we had the money in our budget. We were on that super tight budget. And when I went back through our bank account, when I was trying to see how I would pay for my initial challenge pack, I realized I was at McDonald's once a day, like every maybe 3 or 4 times a week, if not twice a day. I was going to Sheetz. It's a local gas station. They have really good food and coffee drinks. So I was at Sheetz a few times a week. I was at Starbucks way too much. So we had money in our budget, but it was all going to fast food and to coffee drinks and everything else. So I just had to learn to reallocate that money and take the money that we were spending on this unhealthy crap food and reallocate it to our Shakeology and healthy whole foods. So the money was in the budget. We just had to realize that it was there, and we had to want to make a change. And then I also realized that coaches come in all shapes and sizes. I didn't have to be a Barbie doll type person. I didn't have to have a certain image. If you look at the bottom left there, that's a picture of some of our team members. And you can see we come from all walks of life, and we're all shapes and sizes. So in fact, some of my favorite coaches when I first started were actually plus size coaches, and I still follow those ladies today. So we have coaches from all walks of life, and that's what's amazing, because I always say a different coach for different folks. There's always a coach out there that someone can relate to. So I might not attract the same clients that Laura does, and she may not attract the same clients as her coach and sponsor does. We all offer different, we all have different personalities. We all offer different things out to our clients. So we attract different types of people. So there's all different coaches for all different types of people. So your story and who you are, you have the ability to help people out there just like you. Okay, so I also learned that being an expert is really not required. Beachbody is an amazing company. They have Harvard-trained PhDs who work on our programs. We have some of the best master trainers and celebrity trainers in the industry who set up the programs for us. And they have an amazing team of marketing, gurus and business people who put together pretty much all of the tools we need. They're right at our fingertips. We just have to have the wherewithal and the ambition to use those tools. So back when I thought I didn't know myself, really I found myself through Beachbody. So I wanted to offer that out to other people, that opportunity. I learned that it's most definitely not a scam because I'm living proof of that. 65 pounds later, I've kept the weight off, I'm happy to say. And it's showing up in the challenge group. It's continuously devoting myself to a Beachbody program of some sort. I typically tend to jump on board with all the newer programs, the new releases. I love all the programs I've ever tried. I like in one way or another. And I do have my programs that I love. Of course, 21 Day Fix is the program that helped me lose the 65 pounds, so it always has a place in my heart. I love 22-minute hardcore, core to force. I'm doing hammer and chisel now. So it's just been program after program after program. I always tell my clients, be a graduate of your program. That means start a program, print out the calendar, do every single day to the best of your ability. Just strive to be better than you were yesterday. You don't need to be perfect, and just keep ticking away at it. So I'm proof that these products do work, and the programs do work. Shakeology has changed my whole life. I have suffered being anemic pretty much all my life with no energy. I had labeled myself lazy. I wasn't lazy. I just didn't have my body, my nutrition wasn't balanced. My body was lacking in nutrition, and the Shakeology helps me keep all of that in check and provides me with necessary energy. So I realized that Laura, she wasn't trying to sell me anything. She was trying to help me. She was trying to help change my life, and she most certainly did. If she would not have given up on me, she didn't give up on me. And if she would have, I'm not sure where I would be today. I know I would be very sick. I know I would be under the care of a doctor, and I know I would need meds to help me manage my health. So I'm really grateful that she never gave up on me. And I actually regret thinking at first that she was trying to sell me this Shakeology stuff, because she really wasn't. She has a very giving heart, as most of the coaches do on our team. We're here to help people change their lives. The money and the income comes second to the chance to help people. So that's just the philosophy of our whole team. So. And then I realized that coaching is simply encouraging others and cheering them on. And that was something I was already passionate about in life. I had already been doing that with my other business, and I was volunteering in the community. I just like to help people, and I love to see people succeed and grow and achieve. So it's just something I feel very comfortable with. So it's not that you need to come in and know everything. It's just that you have to come in with a caring, giving heart, with the intent to be able to help other people change their lives. So really, this is an amazing tribe of people, and they stand right behind you as a coach on this team. They cheer you on. They want to see you succeed, and they want you to work towards your version of success. We're all a team here. So I hope that this helped you with some of your objections. Your assignment, I have a little call to action for you. I'd love for you to post some of your objections below so that we can talk about them. We can't get past your objections if we don't know what they are. And like you could see, I had some objections that were actually not silly at the time. They were really weighing on me heavy. But if I look back, I think, well, that was pretty silly of me to think that I didn't have any time, and it was silly of me to think it was too expensive when I was blowing all this money on all these frivolous food items. And so let's talk about your objections and walk you through. We'd love to hear about them. Post them below. This is a no judgment zone. We don't judge anybody, and we're here to support you and to help you. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I want you to have a great and healthy day.